Welcome, hello, Yasu, hi, it's me again, Tai, and today's topic is Sleeping Gods Solitairy Kundalini Awakening. So here is something I want to share with you today, but before I dive into this, make sure to subscribe my channel if you didn't do already, and to those who don't know me yet, I will introduce a little. My name is Tai Kölner, and I'm an author, I'm a black magician. I'm a student of the occult order Dragon Rouge, located in Sweden, and but I'm a student, not a representative. So if you got any questions, check down for thedragonrouge.com, so you can get informed there. I'm not a speaker of the order, but I am very grateful for the support I got in my past, because here in this area, I don't know where you are living, but if you're not living in a close direction to an ashram or something, you're quite in solitary if you are facing a Kundalini awakening. In whatever case, if it is just the lower chakras awakening or directly the inner, you are in solitary, lonesome. There's no help to get. And there is much spiritual stuff, there's pink esoteric things like, path therapy, tantric stuff. This doesn't help you on this. You really need somebody who is knowing about. So, however, we got no tradition here for this, and this is why I do this video today, because despite we have no tradition for this, we nearly have no heritage about. However, it is part of our body, and there is one side, the real energy, maybe you know that, or the earth energies, or whatever pagan religions in the past did know about this. But now we got a few thousand years of Christianity here, and there it is still delivered, but it was demonized. And so because it is demonized, we got no tradition how to handle it if it is awoken, and it is not to banish. So by the fact, if a Kundalini is rising, you're not on your way to banish it. It is awoken and it is a part of you, so you have to learn how to get ready with this. So, however, the symptoms are real, and they are a fact which is happening in your body. It's an energy stream happening in your body, and there's a Kundalini, let's say Kundalini snake from the Hinduistic tradition. It's said to sleep below your hips, and when it is awakening, it's coiling up and getting up the spine to your third eye, and in the end out of the crown. So this is basically what happens, and this is basically a deification. But why is it a deification? Well, here it is demonized. So why is it demonized while it is a deification? We got a little story about that, and it's lucky-wise it's the Garden Eden. And there is a parallel. The Kundalini snake is the apple of the Garden Eden, is the promise of, if you bite into this apple, you will see. You will got eyes to see, and you will know true from lie. So this tree of knowledge was a tree which was forbidden to eat from. And this is a kind of parallel to this Kundalini explainings, because it was forbidden. And if you do it, you are breaking the law. But why shouldn't you know who you are, where you come from? Because in the very moment you bite into the apple, you know true from lie, and you can see the energy. You can see where you are originating from. And so it is knowledge. Why should anyone cut you from knowledge? I had a nice talking to an Adventist lately, and there was a train station. I was waiting at the place, and I will share this a little later. But for now, in this Garden Eden story, there was Adam and Eve, and when they ate the apple, they suddenly did cover their genders because they were shy about their genders, and Seriously, I mean, it was not eating the apple to find out to have a willy or not, right? And also, having two genders is a biological necessity. It is if you want to do a procreation, if you want to get children, and so it is told in the story also. So about be fruitful and spread your, get children. Why should they be shy about the tools doing so? There is no reason about that. But it is a reason about understanding the energy pattern around. Because they did understand within Garden Eden that they were gods, basically. Caught in a body, so to say. So it was never to cast them out because they knew that they were female and male. No, they were cast out because they knew all too much. And all too much is something, no, not yet. In a few seconds. So, however, energy never lies. So if you can read energy, you know where you are coming from. So now every legend is just a story explaining energy. So when you take the Garden Eden, for example, this is the womb. The uterus, where the seed, the humankind, was prepared. So the very moment when they were cast out of the Garden Eden, it was not because they knew their genders. They were cast out because they knew all too much. And so there is a door effect happening. In the very moment of their birth, they forgot about who they are. And there I will jump back to the Adventist I was talking to. It was ridiculous. No, it was cool. Basically, we did talk about why not eating that apple. And this guy was explaining me because we could not handle this load of knowledge. He was explaining if you got a Fiat Punto and you put in a Porsche motor, you can drive very fast with this, but not for a long time because the Fiat Punto is not able to do so. Yeah, sure, but this is not the way how a magician is working. And also, just because the material is not doing so, it doesn't mean the entity isn't. So basically a magician or a spiritual seeker or a Buddhist are doing something else. They are working, processing, integrating the abilities they skill up. And this is about what the Kundalini work is. It is the fragment we carry within us. And as we challenge on this, as we integrate it, the Fiat Punto slowly becomes the Porsche. So, yes, we can bite into this apple, and we do. We do by every step. We cultivate the Kundalini, we cultivate our very being, and we integrate the skills we get about this. We are building this Fiat Punto into a Porsche. So the motor, so the apple, we will not crash on that. Except we do not integrate, and if we rush, of course, we are that Fiat Punto. However, raising the Kundalini is in the first point to understand who we are, where we are originating from, what we are basically, what all this around us is basically, and of course this is beyond human scale understanding. But we are not human. And you will also see about your purpose on earth. So why you did decide to manifest on earth. And you will also find your true will. And this is not, I want a Fiat Punto. That's not the case. Your true will is, why am I born? Why did I decide to do so? What was the thing I want to learn about? And what is my purpose to do? And there the magical will is located. Also the entity's will. So this is the true will. And while you understand this, you will find out your own divinity, so that you are a God, basically. And the prohibition of the tree, so to eat from the tree of knowledge, is basically exactly this, to prevent you from knowing this. While this is ridiculous, because we already know, as I said in the beginning, the Kundalini is a part of us. This is our divine spark within us. So we already know that we are gods. And as we forgot about this divinity by leaving the Garden Eden, we also forget about this divinity by birth. So there are also the old descriptions of the Gnostics, which are telling about the body as a prison to the energy body, so to the entity within. I would not go that far. We did pick our existence. There I'm quite sure about. Either we forgot about during birth, or we did consciously pick to be reborn in this shell, and that is by reason. This is not a prison. And as soon you understand that it is no prison and that you are basically a god, you can after that decide what to do next, where to be born next, where to travel to, which dimensions, or probably you got some nice trips to do in a human body again, so you will check in for a new human body, who knows. So if we get this, for example, the apple is the genetic memory, the Kundalini is the echo of this. So the Kundalini is the energy within our energy body as well, which is reminding us onto this bite on the apple, onto this knowledge about who we are and where we get from. So basically this breaks down the point of we are gods who lost memory and who suffer oblivion. So as soon we face a kind of a Kundalini awakening, it's not about a hellish fire eating us. Yes, it's arousing when the fire is starting, but it is a part of our very existence. It is the very moment when you face your own energy body, when you face your own reality of existence. And this is more the key to further evolvement than a key to hell. So remember about the Fiat Punto, not rush it. Take it slow, like you get out of bed in the morning, you just raise on your feet and slowly move to the kitchen, get yourself a coffee, but not over hustle it, because you want to integrate it first. You want to skill on your perceptions first. You have to get it into useful stream before you step further. Else you build a Porsche motor into a Fiat Punto indeed. So, however, for now we are gods who did forget about who we are and who suffer oblivion, but we are slowly and gradually, we are awakening. And this is something very beautiful, sometimes very scary, but it is worth the journey.